Okay, welcome back to part 2 of the CleanSpark key level and momentum reading. On this segment, we're going to look at the key levels that we just created in the previous video. And now we're going to individually grade the momentum oscillators, the MACD, the Stochastic, and the RSI. We're going to give an individual grade for each indicator on 3 different time frames. Then we'll journal it here, finding the trend from the 2 higher time frames and the trend of the trading time frame, the 8-hour, and then put in the data here to see if it's, a potential trade opportunity. So on the 2-week MACD, wow, it's definitely very kind of confusing because it's blasted off, it's converging, but it's still a bit over the 0 line, but it's looking kind of flat because we're on 2-week and it's been flat for about a month. So I would say that this is short at the very second, even though this is pumping up, it's pulling down. I have a grading system of 3, 4, 5, and 6. 3 being like super short, 4 is regular short, 5 is long, and 6 is like super long. But with this particular reading here, it's bullish. It's above the 0 line, suggesting bullish. It's been flat, but everything is suggesting it wants to go up minus this. So I'll give this a grade of 5, which is long. And then looking at this, stochastic, it's not looking strong. It's looking more like a short, but because it's got that tick up, even though it's in the negative 50. This one's quite difficult. I called that 5, which was weird. But it is pushing that way. So unless all this flatness, sweep up, spike, RSI is a little above, so we'll call it 5, 4, and would you go along with that? Kind of like a higher high broke down, but we thought it was crashing, but it also had a higher high. Hopefully it would come down a bit before going up, so we'll call that long, 5. Again, it's above the 50. So 5, 4, 5, overall grade would be 5 for the 2-week. So put 12 of these, 25, CLSK, 5. And I like to look at the 4-day just to kind of get a little bit more encouragement. And it's looking short, but this is pushing up, this is turning down. The 17th is the next click over, and it could just be consolidation. We did it at OMC, so we recover that, fix that, go lower before finally going higher, because this is looking short in contrast to the 2-week. But then look here, 2-day, that's looking long-ish, but I could easily divert back down. So the 2-day, it's below the 0 line. November 18, turn around 20th. Looking short on this. We'll call that 4. Call this a 5 because we broke 50 and we're shooting up. And then I would call this potential 4. Or 3 even. What was this? Kind of a weak short because it could be going long, but it could also come back down. 4, 5, 4. So 4 overall grade for the 2-day. It says no trade. About 8 hour. So by it saying no trade, it's kind of making me think that which I probably will still trade. Look at this. It's going short, but it's just been so flat. But if we can crunch down, maybe we can at least tag this key level. This key level 9. Have it crash like before. Recover. Crash. And maybe in that zone. Anyways, that's looking like a 4. Because even though it's turning, it hasn't crossed down, and all this is kind of garbagey weak. Also on the 8 hour, I like to use the fib tool to measure. I've just kind of customized the fib tool, but I like this little stream that I've highlighted, which is the 8% plus minus, and then plus minus 50 or the 0.5 fib. I typically find things like to stay between, so you can see it's rejecting off the 236, heading to the 0 line. So it'd be nice for it to at least get into this area to show some short-term weakness. For the stochastic, do the same thing, but just go from the 50 in the direction of the trade idea and down to 0, more or less. And again, you can see it's rejected, and after such a long and crazy ride, it could easily, push back up into the stream. Maybe that's an area that I'm looking for, kind of rebalance center, go short, or it rebalances, goes long. But I like to have this on the 8 hour or whatever time frame I'm kind of actively monitoring. I usually watch the 8 hour and the 2-day once the trade's active. And then do one more here. So we're entering this stream area, and it's tricky because when this kind of thing happens and you're on the 50, easily come back up and then finally shoot out, continue to consolidate, turn around, or drive lower in some shape or form. Did I grade this? No. Okay, so this I'm going to call short, make it a 4 because it's above the 0. This is going to be a 4 because of the extremity that is just completed. I'm expecting a pullback and then hopefully continuation. It'll be 4, 4, 4, and this is at the 50 line, is turning down. So that could be super short as a 3, but since it's just kind of messing around with this uneven neutral zone, which is why it probably said no trade, I'm going to say 4. So the 8 hour would be a 4. And it's not exactly trending. It's more neutral. It's the first time I've entered that. So now that we have the scores in, and if I was going to trade it, it would be a short. I think I had mentioned it could potentially bounce up before continuing down. And that might be a little bit extreme, but why is the gap so big? Because this is definitely probably a key level. Let's go to the 1 month. Oh, and this is that 15 to 17 range that we had seen on AI. So, if we're on the 8 hour, once again, so there's the key level. And I'd like to see this attack this key level one more time, or it may not. But it needs to be on either side. And if I'm going to make the entry a hard entry, stronger colors and some. This is a little more impromptu. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, So if it's, yeah, so this is basically the zone I should really be looking at. This looks so strong to the downside. Okay, so there's the key level. We'll go, we're shorting, so I'll short to this level, but also so I use this GAN box, customized GAN box. I've set from, I clicked on the key level, but I set the entry point 8% back, which allows this to only enter, a little bit stronger trades or be missed. So when I look to the left, we don't really see too many wicks, so I'll use the 382, and then TP1 is going to be it's going to be 0.5, that's correct. And you can see by offsetting the entry and having a tighter stop, you can get potentially a 2 to 1. Let me drag this over so I can set up at least a second. One there. And then a third trade here. This trade would be going to the 682, and then this trade would be going to the 786, and of course, ideally you would be able to build the trade if it was looking good, but this is going to be my default setup. So we're going from $16 down to $12.75. Gonna open up Options Profit Calculator. Great website. If you don't use it, definitely check it out. Okay, go CLSK. I like to do 2-month options because, as we just went through, sometimes it takes a week or two for things to line up and get to your entry. We're on the 19th, so Feb 19th is exactly 2 months. Yep. And we're doing puts. I like to do slightly cheaper. And what was the pricing there? 16 to 13. Yeah, because I want the price to come up. And then finally go back down. It's been kind of working its way up. And come back down. And then go. What's the key level? 12.20. Yeah, but what are these? 13.20 and 16. 2. 181 per contract. Okay, and all these contracts have been so red, so it's making me think that it's not a good time to trade, because what I've been thinking is going to happen. I don't know, may not. So if we're going to try to get an entry at 15, 19, 15, 15. 15.15 is over here. 15.10. I like to move 3 in. 1, 2, 3. So that's minus $46. So instead of paying, what was it, 180? 180, we'll pay 135 at 15.15, 15.10, 3, and that's 135. So going to the journal, entry would be $1.35. That's also going to be the max loss, $135. Let's see. 16, don't really, oh, and then, so that's out to Feb 20. So we're going to do a little adjustment to the GAN box here. We're going to bring the GAN to the active candle and go out to Feb 20 and 12. So this vertical bar on the GAN box, it's the 618 Fibonacci from the start point to here. And so I'd really like the trade to be done by 26 Jan. And if it's not, you know, I'm really looking at it carefully. Let's see what Bitcoin's doing at the very moment. Still at 90, so. And then there's the Mara trade. Yeah, because now I'm thinking this outer edge, if it's going to go short, could be that to reach this key level. But then if I miss it, just watch it. Okay, so 1350, 1360, and 1325 are my two targets. 1360 and 25. 60, and that was gosh, sorry everyone. What's this date? 27. It's 27, so we'll go 25. And it was 13, I think. So people must be loaded up to go long on these, because none of them seem to be working, unless it's all messed up because it's the weekend. Minus 73. Yeah, no, that's not right. $128. Yeah, something's up here. Let's try a call. CLSK. If we were to go higher, meaning it starts turning around weakens, gets here, bounces. Let's just pretend. $17.50 and 13. $17.50 and 13. See, that looks much better. So, could pull one of these numbers. Probably just needs help turning around. Yeah. So sorry everyone, but between the options, prices, and going long versus short, I'm getting conflicting signals because normally the put spread would look like this, but it's only looking like this on the call side. So I'll keep this charted. Get rid of this. Oh, we'll keep that. Put this CLSK chart. Move up into the completed area. And we'll find another chart to mark up because this one is very confusing and it's not definitive until there's more price action or let's see what the 2 hour says. Is it turning up? No, it still looks weak. But it's also in this string stuck. Long freaking time. Fades off. Fades off. Did you? That pump. Look at the pump. We'll see. Alright, everyone. Inconclusive on CleanSpark, but we do have key levels. So once it starts playing accordingly, then we could have a trade. Until then, take it easy.